Hi beautiful ladies, I hope you're all doing okay. Sending you all so much love and hugs. Today I want to jump on and just talk about something that's literally popped into my mind randomly today, and it's something that I feel is actually worth sharing within this group. So for all of you lovely ladies in this group, including myself, I know we're all at different stages of our healing journey. And for me, I'm a firm believer in that journey of healing, journey of life, journey of learning, development, whatever you want to call it, never ends. Because I believe there is never a version of us that is complete. There is never a version of us where we should stop and go, yeah, I'm done learning now. I'm perfect. I'm everything I've always wanted to be, because I don't believe that's possible. And I don't believe that anyone is perfect, because we're not. I'm not perfect, and I probably never ever will be, and I'm okay with that. I completely accept that. But one thing I learned on my healing journey that at the start I found so difficult, and when I say at the start, I mean the first sort of probably few months up to the first year, was that I felt I should be a version of myself that was impossible. I felt I should be fixed. I felt I should be whole again. I felt I should be complete again. I felt I should be confident again. I felt I should have my purpose. I felt I should have everything together. But I didn't. And I constantly pressurised myself, wondering what's wrong with me? Why aren't I able to do this? Why haven't I regained all my confidence? Why don't I feel at peace again? Why don't I feel normal? Why can't I still go outside because I'm still getting anxiety? Why am I still being triggered? And there were so many things used to replay in my mind again and again and again, where my inner critique, my inner child, my inner narrative was horrible, to be honest with you. It was constantly pressurising me to do better, constantly forcing me to do better, to do more, to strive, to feel like I was behind, to feel like other people were doing something, why wasn't I doing that? Or other people were leading a particular way of life, doing something particularly, why couldn't I do that? And I was constantly pressurising myself, and I think that added more fuel to that inner critique. It added more fuel to the fact that I felt behind, and in turn it depleted my confidence, my identity, my sense of self even more. Whereas when I've got to the point where I've actually relaxed, I've not forced, I've not strived, I've let the emotions come, I've let the bad days come without feeling guilty or ashamed or feeling like I should be doing better. I've just naturally allowed the process of healing to evolve. I've started to regain myself again. I started to have purpose. I started to accept that however I felt on whatever day was okay. I started to accept it was normal. I started to accept there was nothing wrong with me. And I started to stop comparing myself to other people. You know, on social media, we see so much, don't we, about this expert in domestic abuse, or this person's been through that and they're doing that. And I'm sure, sadly, I may be one of those annoying people now who some of you may think, yeah, it was right for her to say because she's doing this now and she's got that now. Well, I have literally been at rock bottom, you know, coming out of an abusive marriage, then having my child removed from family courts. And I do get often social media is very much about sort of the highlights of life, don't get me wrong, but I'm also a firm believer, and I hope I show this through my stories, that actually I show where I am now to show you ladies that it's possible. I don't show it, and I hope I don't show it in a way that perhaps makes you feel pressurised in terms of you've got to be there now, because for me, I am now, 6 years down the line since I left that abusive marriage, 3 years nearly down the line since my child was removed from my care. So there is no fixation on times. There should be no fixation on, you know, I'm a year down the line now, why aren't I doing this? Why aren't I feeling better? Why am I still feeling like this? Why can't I do X, Y, and Z? Please don't pressurise yourself to feel like that, because that will keep you stuck. Those forced feelings, those striving, those I have to kind of inner critiques will keep your energy, will keep your emotional baseline stuck in this I can't mode, stuck in this I need to do better mode. Was when you just allow, when you just be, when you just accept that, you know, some days aren't going to be good. Some days we may cry a river. I know I've done that many, many times. Some days we may feel angry. Some days we may feel guilty. Some days we may feel ashamed. And not saying those emotions are valid, and we should do, because we should not carry any shame or guilt at all. But if we do release those feelings, if you feel one day a particular way, release those feelings. Thank them with gratitude because they've protected you, but release them. Allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to be, allow yourself to be proud of where you are now in this moment. Don't compare yourself to other people. Everyone's journey is completely different, quite literally. We've all perhaps experienced similar things, but none of us have experienced exactly the same. And that's where none of us can compare. None of us has a right to say that anyone else, including ourselves, should be a particular way, should I say, along our journey. That journey is ever evolving. Life is ever evolving. We're ever evolving as human beings. And it's okay to feel bad one day. It's okay to get up the next day and feel okay, to feel like I can do this. And perhaps the next day again not to feel like that. It's literally a roller coaster. But release the pressure off yourself. Release the feelings of wanting to control what is happening, wanting to control how you're feeling, of beating yourself up because you're perhaps not doing what you want to do on a particular day. Maybe you're not feeling how you would like to feel, which, yes, it can be frustrating. Yes, it can be difficult. But at the same time, we are in a place that we are for a reason. We are ever evolving. We are ever learning. We are ever developing. And the more you can accept that, the more you can allow that, and the more you can just be in those moments, then do, because that will help your healing in the long run. Our energy, our nervous system recalibrates by just allowing, by reconnecting, by feeling safe. Not perhaps by our mind saying, Michelle, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that, but my body feeling, no, Michelle, that's not safe. Because there is disalignment there. And when there's a lack of alignment, we then have those feelings of anxiety. We then have those feelings of being stuck. We then have those feelings of I can't, I won't, I'm never going to be able to. Whereas when our mind and body are aligned, regardless of what that may look like at this time, our body can start to settle again. Body can start to understand, okay, I'm connected to you again. We start connecting to ourselves, to our identity again, to our confidence. And from that baseline, no matter what it is, we can start to rebuild. So if at the moment you're stuck in sadness, you're stuck in perhaps a state of anxiety, or you're triggered sometimes, or perhaps you're just feeling not quite yourself, give yourself grace to know that that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That is just normal. That is part of being a human being, not a human doing. And our being is accepting where we are now, accepting those emotions, those feelings, and just allowing them to flow through us. Allowing them to just rise. And when I say rise, I mean to surface, in terms of if you need to cry a river, that's okay. You haven't failed. It takes a lot of strength to be able to release those feelings and to sit with them and to just be. If you want to get out your anger, maybe you've got a punch bag in your garage or something, that is okay. If you want to shout at the top of your voice to yourself behind closed doors, that is okay. If you want to pop on some music, blaring out as loud as you can and dance around, that is okay as well. Healing is about processing our emotions the best we can. And the more we're able to do that safely, the more we start to connect to ourselves, the more we start to understand, okay, I've had a crap day today, but do you know what? I've cried a river, I feel better, I've released those emotions, and tomorrow I'm ready to go again. Okay, today I've had a great day, but I've woke up today not feeling great. That's okay. I've been through a lot. I accept that, I give myself grace, and I have a steady day. I perhaps pop on a bit of music in the background to keep my mind occupied, to give myself a little bit of joy. But it's okay. I'm not going to pressurize myself into being someone I'm not at this stage. I'm not going to look at anyone else on their journey and compare myself to them. I'm going to accept that I am doing the best I can in this moment, and that is more than good enough. And that's all we can ask of ourselves, just to do the best that we can at this time and take the pressure off. Don't expect more of ourselves than we can cope with at this time, because you'll just end up in a state of anxiety or a state of overwhelm or a state of just feeling stuck. And you'll feel that in your body quite literally, whether that's through tension, overwhelm, maybe a headache, maybe just a tightness in the chest or a knot in the stomach. We feel things before we actually think them. And our body reacts to that, our body will react to that. Whereas the more we can just go, okay, I'm here, I'm doing my best, I've been through absolute shite, but I'm here. I'm in this community with lovely ladies, we're all in this together. Yes, we're at different stages of our healing process, but yes, we've got this. Yes, we can do this. Yes, we're bloody powerful. And yes, we may not feel it now, but we can regain that power, we can regain that strength again, and we will start to live the life we desire and we deserve. And I know we can do that because I am living proof of that. I am living proof that yes, it takes time. Yes, it's not easy. I don't want to pretend it is. But yes, you can rise again. And yes, you don't have to allow other people or organisations to dictate how you feel today. Otherwise, the rest of your life will be really, really challenging. And I mean that in the most respectful way, because I know that's easier said than done when you've got people in the background telling a narrative that isn't true or just making you feel like someone that you're not. But always know you are in control of you. You're in control of your mindset. And when you know how bloody brilliant you are, when you remember who you are, who you were before all this crap, you'll start to feel like a shield is around you. That the more they fire at you, it will bounce off, because you know yourself that actually I'm a bloody good person. I care for people, I'm kind, I'm thoughtful, I'm doing my best. I've been through challenges, but I'm still trying to push forward. I'm still trying to move forward. And that is enough. That is more than enough. And for everyone in this group, please always remember that, because as women, we think we've got to solve everything. We think we've got to kind of, solve our own problems. But more importantly, sadly, sometimes we think we've got to solve everyone else's problems too. But it starts with you. It starts with just looking at where you are now and going, that's okay. They've thrown X, Y, and Z at me. They've done this to me, but I'm here. I'm breathing. I'm with other women, thousands of us, sadly, but thousands of us, hundreds of thousands of us, maybe millions of us across the world in the same situation. And that's not okay. I don't accept that. But please just know that you're never, ever, ever alone. Please just know there are other women out there, and we are all rising together. We are all healing together. We are all regaining our power, and we are all at some stage going to feel the way we deserve to feel and going to live the life we deserve to live. As I said at the beginning, please don't pressurize yourself into feeling or thinking or being anything else than you feel safe being at this time, than you feel comfortable being at this time. Because where you are right now is exactly where you need to be. Where you are right now and how you're feeling is okay. It's acceptable. Don't judge yourself. Don't be horrible to yourself. Don't torture yourself with unkind words about I should be doing this, or I wish I was doing that. Why can't I do that? Because you don't need to. Be proud of yourself. Be amazingly proud of yourself to getting through what you have done. for facing challenges that people, life, organisations have thrown at you. Be bloody proud of yourself, love yourself and be kind to yourself, because you all deserve it. You all deserve the most love and kindness in the whole wide world. And please always remember that, regardless of what anyone says or how anyone else tries to make you feel, never ever forget your worth. Never ever forget that you deserve love, care and respect, because literally every single one of you within this group does. So I wanted to share that today, just because I know where I've been on my journey at the start of feeling like, why am I not doing this? Why can't I do that? Why am I not better now? Why am I not feeling more confident? Why can't I go outside? And I've beat myself up over and over again as a narrative's constantly gone around in my head. But as soon as I started to go, right, Michelle, it's okay to rest. It's okay if you sit and cry. You've been through a lot. You need to release those feelings. It's good for your mind and your body to release those feelings. And yes, it's exhausting. It really is. But it's important, because as we know, the body keeps the score. And if you store up those emotions, those feelings, you will feel it quite literally in your body. But when you release them, you literally do just that. You release that trauma. You release those emotions that would otherwise be stored in your cells. Anyway, I hope that gives you lovely ladies some hope and inspiration today. And please just know that we are in this together. No one is alone. We will fight everything together. I've been there, I've done it. I've risen from rock bottom probably 3 times in my life, and I'm 44. I've probably had 3 occasions where I've gone, this is absolutely hell. How am I going to do this? I had no idea. But if I can do it, I'm normal. There's nothing special about me. If I can do it, everyone can do it. And I'm a real firm believer in that. And I know we can do it together, because healing can feel lonely when you're alone. But when you're doing it alongside others, regardless of where they're at in their journey, then it can feel inspiring. It can feel empowering. And together we will start to regain our power. We will start to regain our strength. We'll start to remember who the hell we are. Because all of us need to start to remember that, because it's always within us. Our power is within us. Our strength is within us. It never went anywhere. It was just buried in survival mode, but we can access it again, and I will make sure that we all access it again. Anyway, wonderful ladies, nice to see some of you on here. I hope you're all okay. Sending you so much love, and I will speak to you all soon. For those of you, just a really quick reminder, for those of you that haven't seen the event section, there is a couple of events, free events on Monday. One at 10 AM in the morning, where I'll be speaking to Shabina Akhtar again, and also one at 8 PM in the evening, where I'll be speaking to Sarah Taylor, the founder of Peepsa, about my own journey through family court, in conjunction with a chapter in a book that releases this weekend for myself. So I'll be speaking about my journey through family court, and hopefully inspiring and empowering you wonderful ladies that have either been through the same or going through the same, and just wanting to know that there is a life after that. Anyway, sending you all so much love. Take care, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.